Neither do I, and I would.
We haven't had a chance to look at it.
Okay, that, yeah.
You're not gonna make any decision. Yeah. You gotta be.
That way they don't have to act on any computer.
I refuse to sleep with anyone on the board.
Mike.
He should have the same.
Bill.
I'll get him.
I always call him Mike, I call him Mike.
Yeah, that's the problem.
He doesn't have to show up, we would just discuss it, and so, I mean, and
Well, we've already been down this road, but I will give a firm and fair comment.
so at least he knows who applied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should also, I mean, I think for everybody who applied, have a follow-up conversation, ask them what their, you know, do a little small interview. I had access to a scanner.
So, do we need a motion not to take any?
No.
Fine.
We do need a plan of action though. So for we have 2 ethics and 1 assessment board.
Review.
Hank, would you follow up on the 2 ethics board
Sure.
as the liaison?
Absolutely, Monte.
I will, for the assessment board, I could do it. Are you interested in following up on the Board of Assessment review?
Who else do we have on the board of assessment?
It's,
Brian Chrisman and Vern Wagner.
yeah, and they're, I could do it. I've talked to both of them
I
very
don't want to
recently.
get one at a time.
Okay, I know them. I'll do it. And he left no number,
Nope. Doesn't have a phone that I know of.
doesn't have a phone at all. He's been in trouble with
You
the
have to
town
know the
before.
man, you have to know the man. I don't think he has a phone.
It's got a nice little place over on.
Okay, so, yes. And we still don't have anything for the historian
No.
Or the one vacancy.
For the planning board.
and the planning board. So would you do another post for the historian, the Board of Assessment review? Do them all, just do the same list because we didn't get much in.
How much do you want it advertised and when do you want it back and back?
2 times, folks are okay with this, 2 times and back by, September 20th. The next week. So September 25th? No, that's not good. So September 16th?
No, it's the third, right?
We're at the 28th. It's gonna be the 28th.
Right, so the 20th is fine.
Yeah,
20th.
20th should be.
20th is fine. And open them as they come in and get them out to the
Okay, all right.
board members as they come in. Is that okay with everybody?
I'm fine.
That's good?
I think it's wise to make an exhaustive search.
Yeah, we need to make an exhaustive search. Again, are we out of the penny saver or my shepherd, either one of the other?
This
Plus
was
our
another
other
coming up with
I
that.
don't
We
want.
had it 2 times in the recorder, once in the CSE and once in the penny saver and once in my shopper. We had it in all, we had it 5
Okay.
times.
Keep spending as
So
a.
do I like to
One
do
more
again?
round of all of them.
One more round, yep.
And if we don't yield anymore, then it's good to.
Okay. Are we good on the appointments? All right. I have, for supervisor remarks, we're in the thick of budget season now, so we're working with Kelly on putting together a budget soon. We requested our department budgets a little bit early so we could really have a back and forth with different folks in the departments. And also working with Michael Richardson, who worked with us on the collective bargaining agreement and has a ton of experience with other towns doing this to hopefully save a little bit of money, but still be able to provide the full level of services, have, keep our, make sure our guys are, the collective bargaining agreement was, kudos to you, Chris, and everybody who worked on it, was huge. Now we don't have to think too much about what next year's budget is gonna look like in terms of, staff salaries, but, everything else is.
Yeah, I took an expert on that.
Yeah, and he did a fantastic job. It was,
Yes, I'll say they, all involved did a fantastic job.
and it was very affordable. Yeah, I believe Kelly ordered the time clock, so that should be squared away. And, we're now also looking at, one of the oversights in previous years has been including, the health benefits packages in with the stated elected salaries. So, Michael has given me a proposed, and also, definition of pension for, people who retire from the town. So we're working on clarification on those two things, and I'll have a proposal for next month. That's all I've got.
I've got a council comment, I know Chris probably has several. Paul, on the, I don't have mileage on my travel claim because I'm an independent scholar as well, and I had to be at a meeting out of state in early January, couldn't go to Albany. I did go to Rochester, and I only asked for the hotel nights, didn't ask for the mileage. And then also incorporated in that is the fee to attend the seminar. In recompense, I don't think I'm going to apply for any of the big town junkets that they offer. They've got these things that are multi-days that I think are basically a reiteration of the stuff we were supposed to have learned at the start. So in the next 3 years, you can count on me not going to some of these Saturnalias that they have down in New York City. I think it would be a waste of the town's money for me to do that. I can't speak for anyone else.
All right, thank you.
More council, you got anything?
Yes, to address Paul once again, considering the mileage for the schooling in January, Chris and I rode together. Right here I have a copy of the check stub. If you'd like to see this, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to photocopy, you're more than welcome. And the figure on that for the 2 days is $118.80. And as I said, if you'd like to see it, photocopy, you're more than welcome. Then we talked a little bit about Rusty. Okay. And we had talked about the water. Okay, I contacted Amanda. She needed Mayor Bearcroft. She needed information from Doug as well as Mr. Post. I contacted her on 7/13/16. I contacted Mr. Post on 7/2/6, or excuse me. And then I contacted Mr. Post on 7/2/16. Talked with him. Let's see. Okay, Amanda, on 7/16. Let's let, Doug's gonna hold off until next year is what he told me. I realized that Rusty's been out on his vacation with a motorcycle with his family. That's why I haven't called Rusty.
Okay, I'll
Figured
just
I
tell
wouldn't
him,
be able to
I'll just tell him you're gonna call him.
That's fine. But, yes, Amanda had stated that she would need information from both the mayors, so I had contacted both of them. And again, as I said, Doug wants to hold off until next year. And I realize, I see the photos that Rusty's posting, or his wife is posting, so I realize he's going cross-country, been to Sturgis and so forth, having a fantastic time. That's why I've chosen not to disturb Rusty at this time. But if he's back at his home or residence, I certainly would like to hear from him, and I can
Okay.
fill him in.
Does he live here?
Excuse me?
Does he live here?
He owns property.
He has a home in Sagandaga now.
So he doesn't.
But he has property, he owns
some
property.
He owns quite a bit of property in the
Yes.
town of Palatine.
Yes, yes, he does.
And
That's-
he's interested in making that.
Well, it would be good for he, and as well as everybody else, if something big were to come in there.
Unfortunately, it's multi-jurisdictional.
It's a multi-jurisdictional, and that's why Amanda said that we would have to have some, input from both the mayors. So that's where that is, Paul.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I think also for that when I first came in, talked to several people about this potential project, and it's another one of those,
It's extremely.
sort of like the building the town hall. There are really strong opinions about it. There's some
Yes,
people
there is.
that are really for it, some people who are against it. I'm most interested in the voices of people from this town, as their representative. So, I think before we even move forward at all, it would be good to
Don't shoot the
get it
messenger. I
done.
just took a phone call.
I know many years gone back, my brother as mayor of Nelliston, he had explored this, and the cost at that time, I want to say, don't quote me, was, I believe, 2.8 million. And that was probably 10 to maybe 15 years ago. So, again, and as I stated, Mayor Bathurst at this time does not want to proceed forward.
Okay.
What else did I have? I'd like to thank the planning board for all the hard work they've done. They've gotten some of the subdivisions taken care of. I feel that the position that they were put into, everything in a big jumble, they've done an excellent job, come together and been able to function quite well. And I certainly commend them for moving forward. And
Yes.
the message, the workshops have been great. I've attended both of them, other than the last one I wasn't feeling so good, so I didn't kind of finish the whole thing, but I felt it was very worthwhile, and I certainly plan on being here on Friday as well for the next one. And again, as I said, a brand new board thrown into a rather turmoil at that time. I felt they've done an excellent job, and thank you. And
Ken Talent said that we've really done a good job and have improved.
excellent,
Good.
excellent.
Chuck Talent.
Who said that?
Chuck Talent.
Attorney Cal.
He was at the first meeting and at this last one. So
Okay.
So we got an A.
Good.
And
I got some comments, but Betty, do you have anything? I didn't want to go before you.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
But I do have a couple of them.
Well, go ahead, please.
First, the date on the agenda, it says August 23rd, that should be changed to the 24th. And I just want to make an announcement that the Canterbury Youth Center this Friday has a 5K race. It's a benefit for the youth center, and it's usually a pretty good turnout. So if anybody in the public wants to go down, watch them race, or participate, or there's usually food and all kinds of things going on, so.
What was that again?
Friday.
At what time, please?
It's starting at 6:30, but they like to have people there early, especially if they haven't registered and all that, so. It's always good to get there, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. A couple of things here from me. First of all, Mr. Daw, about Michael Richardson. I don't know, did you read, if you've read the CBA that we have for the next 3 years, Mr. Richardson's fee probably was saved in the first 2 or 3 paragraphs. The union wanted 16% over 3 years. We negotiated 1.5% over 3 years. We bought back several holidays. We bought back a week's vacation, if applicable. We stemmed sick pay for new hires in half. We amended a horrendously old agreement from 2003 that was called an employee handbook, but was actually a CBA. We've corrected some real big problems in retirements and the way that insurance was given to retirees going forward. We've also taken and trimmed vacation pay for new hires and done a number of things. So we're in line with what the public sector is now, not what it was 15 years ago, and made the guys happy, which was really important, gave them some security. So I frankly think we probably saved $50,000 all said and told, so his $3,000 or $4,000 is money well worth it. Plus, we have an excellent language agreement as opposed to accepting the agreement that the union wrote. We actually have an agreement that we wrote, and we kept about 95% of our employers' rights. I would suggest that if you really want to worry about money, it was because of the, I don't want to say malfeasance, but for the lack of knowledge of the previous board, they gave Facillo a $22,000, $500 real tax break. Would be someplace that you would be really interested in, because that's about 7 times what we spent for Mr. Richardson. As far as the emails, I provided what is required under the law, which was to give the town clerk the emails in my possession through our official town website, and if an Article 78 was brought forth, I'm clean. I hope you can get them shortly, and if you need anything additional, I'll be more than happy to talk to you at that time. Sandy, you keep bringing up these allegations. You know what? That's what they are. They're allegations. And I'm sure there were 5 other planning board members present that could address those allegations. And I think that if we did any wire to those people, you would find out that they are completely without merit.
That's what's all sleeping together.
As far as Skip, as far as the solar farms, I think you heard an update. They're working on it. They're being really diligent. There was a request for a 165-foot wind tower to be put up, and before they approve that request, they want to get that, because it's already pending, they want to get that settled first before they bite off something else. But
And they even do that with the wind towers. We have a law.
well, we have a commercial law, and then there is a wind tower of almost that height right down the road from you on Groff Road. It's about 150, I think, and that would require special variance. And I believe at the time, because there was no wind law for residential and farm, so they're clarifying it, and they're really trying to do the due diligence to protect the town. And
That one on Groff Road, a wind tower.
it is a wind tower, yes. Next to Roosevelt Cell Tower, there is a wind tower on the old
Daphne.
Gaffney farm. Okay, so it's up there. I really know that they've been working hard on trying to get it right, which is something novel around here, trying to get it right. Okay, so I applaud them for that. And as far as transparency, I'd like to address something, if I could, please. We gave a lot of credence to, and Sarah spent a lot of time and money out of her own pocket for the new town website. And in our communications policy, and along with the new website, it was going to make it easier for towns for us to streamline a lot of information. And unfortunately, we're still stuck in like 1950s technology over here. No offense, Linda, but I appreciate that you emailed me the minutes. I mean that you mailed me the minutes, but we send it to attachment to our emails, and it's there in like 10 seconds, and we save like $10 a month not having to mail the minutes to us. It would be so much more helpful.
Do you print them out so you have them at the meeting?
It'd be fine for us to.
Well, I mean, it's happened before. When I emailed them, then they got here and we don't have the minutes of the meeting. So
Well, yeah, but
that's
you
why.
provide copies for the public, right?
Yeah.
Of the minutes? Okay, so if you want to get us minutes, you could email us the minutes all you want. I'd be more than happy to have it. It would save on postage. It would save on your time making photocopies, putting a staple on it, folding it in an envelope. I'm sure you got plenty of other things to do. Plus, then we can even post those minutes online on our website, and people could read them ahead of time instead of that silly truther website that has snarky information that we never provide this stuff. We could have it online, and it can be there. And another thing is, we can then take our building permit, if we ever fix the header with the proper board there, and put that online. And if someone wants to, instead of bugging you for a building permit, they can download it online, print it out, fill it out, and bring it to you. And we're saving the residents a lot of heartache and multiple trips here. So,
That's already available.
okay, are we fully functional on the website? Are we getting the information on the website that we need to get?
No, in January, the board resolved that that responsibility lies with the town clerk. And then Linda later said that she would not be
Well,
willing
the
to work.
responsibility does not fall on the
It
town
legally
clerk.
does, so.
Well, if she's compensated, yes.
And you certainly are.
I am
So,
not. I'm
uh,
not compensated to do a website.
Okay, so at any rate, it's not being done.
Okay, so I think,
I put up the agenda today. I don't have access to the digital minutes because we don't, any of us get them.
I understand.
You know, I
And
put up what I can.
Questions could be sent to individual board members via the website if we had our emails up and we could actually post answers so people had information. So, okay, so we're at loggerheads here, right?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's the legal duty of the town clerk to update the website. It's as easy as posting on Facebook, which we know, is not a problem. So, Linda, I would be happy to help you in any way to make that happen. If you refuse to do it, then the town is just not well served. We're not.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I was told by the Town Clerks Association president. It's not the town clerk's responsibility. That's what I was told. If you wanna pay me to be an administrator, pay me extra money, yes, but it's not the town clerk's responsibility.
It's literally like 5 minutes once a month.
Doesn't matter.
I'll tell you
Doesn't
what,
matter.
may I make a suggestion, since I'd like to get this mediated and solve it? I'm gonna, if it's okay, guys, I'm gonna speak to the Association of Towns, what is the best practices in this? I'll bring it back next meeting, we'll see if we can resolve this.
So I did already.
Okay,
And if you can look, our January resolution has a, direct guidance as to, how this should get done. Any other way is a legal dereliction of duty. We could,
Are you saying
as a
I'm
town,
neglecting my duties?
yeah, I am.
I don't think so, Sarah.
I mean, by law, we made the
No,
resolution
no.
and you're just not doing it. You can disagree with me, but, so at any rate. the
Well,
board
did you
said-
ask me if I wanted to do
I'm
it?
sorry, it's not your, we
Did
need
you
to-
ask?
We have, yes.
No, you did not ask. You just made a resolution that said I was gonna do the website. You did not come to me ahead of time and ask me if I would be willing to do it. You did not ask. You just went ahead and said, you're gonna do it.
That's right.
That's right, you did.
Yes.
And that's not the way it's done.
That's
Linda, would you
absolutely
be comfortable
right.
if you went to like a school to do websites? Would this make you more
I
comfortable?
mean, it's basically point and click and down,
Well,
attach.
I mean, for people that haven't done it before.
I understand, but
But
we're not
don't-
asking for design. We're
I mean, I
just
said I
asking
would,
Yeah.
I'll do anything you need to, it's
They
not
have-
extra
they have-
work.
They have
It's really
schools where you can
easy.
learn a little
you-
HTML
Sure,
and
sure, I
stuff like
understand.
that.
But it's like, every other town has their stuff posted on the
No, they
website.
don't.
No, they really don't.
No,
Well, I gotta tell you, I looked at websites from even like the town of Voorheesville, it's amazing.
lot of them
how
are.
many-
Voorheesville's a
Voorheesville
big
is
town.
like- Yeah.
But it's just, we should have 5% of that on
No,
there.
towns our size really don't.
Okay.
Our
Well-
website for a town our size is actually. in
We're going through
really
the trouble,
good
I think
shape.
maybe we could put a few things up, like our minutes and a link to our town meetings.
Why don't we
I
have a-
talked to other town clerks in the town, in Montgomery County, and they have an administrator to do their website.
Another
They do
person,
not do it themselves.
another
They have an
person that's the
administrator.
administrator?
They're not administrators. The town clerks are not administrators.
So, right, so we could pay somebody to do something that takes 5 minutes once a month.
Maybe we
or-
can find a volunteer to do it.
I think having a volunteer is very difficult, because, it is an official job.
Well, Linda, would you enjoy being trained in this? I mean, is there any sense that
Yes, is
that?
that something you even remotely have any interest in?
Are
Or
you
not?
asking me if
Yes.
I'm,
Yes.
yeah, if I'm compensated?
If-
It's
if-
not part of my job, Hank, but yes, I would be willing.
No, what I was talking about is training. I have no idea about the compensation. I suspect you're wrong, but what I'm saying is, if you add some competence in this, is this something you might enjoy as part of your job?
If I have time. In January, February, and March, I do not have any time.
Would anybody on the board want to take this on? Betty, would
I
you
don't know
take this
how.
on, posting this stuff?
Betty hasn't been able to get her.
So,
And I haven't been able to get in my email, so.
I'm certainly not capable. I can-
We definitely have some 2016 issues here.
I didn't grow up with computers.
I will
I
bet-
feel comfortable.
I'm gonna
Look,
say
I don't
both,
even-
Betty and Linda. I
If you email
just
me
don't have the
the
skills. I don't
minutes,
have the
I'm
knowledge.
happy to post them. You need to email them though.
All right, I'll email them.
okay.
Also, as per the process that was already approved.
Okay, well, maybe we can strengthen this at the end of the year, but it may be in the interim, if the information gets to somebody who can post it, at least we can post it for our residents. We're doing them a disservice by not being able to just assimilate the most basic information to them.
It's an across-the-board problem. It's not just website. What we know about websites is that people only go to websites when they need specific bits of information. And I would say that it's actually, while the, agenda and minutes for kind of this internal circle that's really interested in everything we do is nice. What we really need is access to the broader kinds of information, like the hunting licenses, like, everything that people come in
Well,
to
some
do.
of that's
Building
business.
permits,
Some
dog
of that stuff is up,
licenses,
is
sure.
it not?
I put up everything I could possibly get, and again, a lot of it hasn't been updated in years, but it's what we have, and because just the way that the town governance is structured, we have our sort of individual administrative ability, and Linda is a separate, as town clerk, her administrative ability is on her own. So, this kind of thing, we just don't have that much control over.
Okay. Well, you're giving it an effort to try to update, make information available to the citizens.
And
which is the
Linda,
most
I will just
important
keep
thing.
saying to you, I'm happy to help in any possible way. The board did, the website administration is your duty, and we will help you
Okay, where'd
in any way you
where'd
can.
you hear that? It was my duty.
Just in the
Where
January
did you hear it?
resolutions. Look it up.
Where did you hear it? You looked it up. All right, where did you look it up?
Linda.
I'm just asking, because I called the Town Clerks Association.
No, she said the Association of Towns, and it's not inconceivable they could have different opinions on this. It's
Just look at the January
possible the
resolution.
Association of Towns says one thing.
All right, when
the
Sarah
clerks say
shows
another.
me in writing that it's the town clerk's responsibility, then I'll think about it.
Look up the resolutions in January. You'll see it, it's there.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. I'm done.